Hi guys, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Annie. Today we are going to talk about the Nomad Cosmetics Antilles palette. This is not Nomad Cosmetics' latest release, but it is the latest palette from them that I have picked up. Their latest release is actually the Tokyo Harajuki palette. I did do a review on that, so I will try to remember to link that in the cards and in the description box down below. But the reason for us to be here today is to talk about this beautiful palette. If you're unfamiliar with Nomad Cosmetics, maybe we should start there. They actually design all of their palettes on location, which I think is a really cool concept. So this palette was actually designed in the Caribbean, in the Antilles, which I think, like I said, is very, very cool. So all of the colors and everything are inspired by things that they saw while they were there. They are a New York-based company, but they are manufactured in China. But since they are not sold on mainland China, they are actually PETA certified, cruelty-free, and vegan. So if that's important to you, this company is definitely a good one to check out. I'd like to read a little bit of the description from the website for this palette. It says, color-soaked eyeshadows formulated with extra fine pigments and infused with coconut oil for buttery feel and lush color payoff. 15 vibrant shades inspired by island hopping through the most captivating parts of the Caribbean. In this palette, there are 10 satins and 5 shimmers. There are no true mattes in this palette, so take that for what it is. I don't have a problem using the satin shades. I think they perform pretty much like a matte in my crease and above, my crease. So I am perfectly fine with that. They also, let's see what it says here. Besides being PETA certified, cruelty-free, and vegan, these eyeshadows are free of parabens, phthalates, and mineral oil, and there is no talc, and they are definitely gluten-free. So if you are purchasing this for yourself or for someone who is gluten-free, you will be safe with this palette. Like I said, there are 15 shadows, 10 satins, and 5 shimmers, and you get a total of 1.5 grams of shadow in this palette. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at the palette itself. Here it is, upside down again. I think is super cute. I love the little flamingos, and I love the tropical drinks. I think this has got a total island vibe to it. It's your standard, nice feeling. It doesn't feel cheap. It feels very luxurious. It's kind of got a soft touch feel to it, which I like. So there's the front, here's the back. It just tells you it's manufactured in China. It does have the PETA bunny here. Has a 12-month shelf life. And that's about all the information that is on the back of the palette. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at it. So you can see it's got this nice big mirror with, again, that cute print from the front. And here is the palette itself. Isn't that just absolutely beautiful? Let's put that in front of my face so you can really see what that looks like. I love all of the pinks and the purples and the blues and the yellows. I can really see why this was inspired by the islands. Today I used these 2 pinks here, as well as this turquoise shade here, and these 2 purples on my lower lash line. This is not a first impression. I have used this palette before, where I have also used this top blue here, and this pink here, and this kind of pinky orange shade here. So I've used most of the shades in this palette. So I think I have a pretty good handle on my thoughts on this palette. If you're interested in seeing how I got this eye look today and hearing my final thoughts on this palette, stick around. I have a quick tutorial on this eye look, and then I will give you my final thoughts at the end. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and try to make my left eye match my right eye. So to do that, I'm going to start with Playa Flamenco, which is this pink shade here in the center of the palette. I'm going to take that on my Urban Decay brush from the electric palette, and we're going to carefully draw that pink line on, making sure that I keep my brow as relaxed as possible, so that I can see the line with my eyes relaxed. All right, so there I have the initial sketch. I'm going to now go in with a little bit more of that, and this time I'm going to kind of just drag it a little bit, and I'm going to go upwards with this, not down. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm barely touching the brush to my skin. And these shadows are great. They're very soft, really pigmented, and I don't really get a lot of kick up in the pan with this. Okay, now that I've kind of got my line there, I'm going to go in with the other end of my brush, which is just a nice flat but a little bit fluffier. And I'm just going to go right along the top of that line and kind of blend it out a bit. Again, trying to keep my eye as relaxed as possible. A little bit more, blend that out, being very careful not to bring it down low underneath that line that I already sketched in. Okay, I'm happy with the way that looks. I'm going to go in with my Luxie number 121, the mini tapered brush, and this time I'm going to go into Pink Sand Beach. It is this pink shade, let's see, right there, maybe if I can get that in frame, this pink shade here. And I'm going to blend that up all the way to my eyebrow. Bringing this out again all the way up to my eyebrow. Now both of these shades do have some shimmer in them. They're more like a satin finish. I would say Pink Sand Beach is more shimmer, has more shimmer than the Playa de Flamenco, or what is it called? Playa Flamenco. So just be aware of that. I'm gonna bring this into my inner eye socket area there. Okay, we're gonna blend this a little bit more. I've got a little bit of a harsh line there, so we're just gonna add a little bit more of the Pink Sand Beach and blend that there. Okay, and picking up my original brush, a little bit of the Playa Flamenco, and blend this area there. I think that had more to do with my lack of blending when I first went in than the shadows, because I didn't notice that issue on the other eye when I was doing that. All right, I'm happy with the way that looks. So now taking my Nomad Cosmetics little flat shader brush here. I have no idea what name this used to have on it. I've used it so often that the name is gone. And I'm gonna go into the shade Blue Lagoon, which is this turquoise shade here. And I'm going to pack that all over my lid. I am not wetting my brush. It's not really necessary at all with these shadows. I'm gonna tap out my little concealer lines there. All right, now I wanna be careful not to mix these two shades. So I'm taking this all over my lid. And then I'm gonna be very careful when I'm up here at that cut crease line. I'm going to, cover that with liner, but I don't want to have to go back and do too much fixing. Taking that right up to the pink. Without overlapping. make sure I really get nice coverage there. Okay, I'm back. I finished my face makeup. I made a cup of tea. Yeah, so this is where I am so far. We're gonna go ahead and get to work on the lower lash line. I'm going to use purple down there. So I'm gonna start by adding a purple liner to my lower lash. I'm gonna use the NYX Cosmetics Pretty Violet. I used this in my Jeffree Star review as well. And I'm just going to go ahead and line my lower lash line with this. All right, so for shadow, I'm going to go back into the Antilles palette, and I'm going to go ahead and use this Urban Decay Perversion Angled Liner Brush and the shade Kiriko Nights, which is the deepest purple shade in the palette. And I'm going to line my entire lower lash line with this shade. And I think I'm going to bring it down just a little bit lower there. All right, and now I am going to use the shade Diamond Waterfalls, which is this light lavender kind of shade there, to kind of smudge that out. I'm going to take that on this Vintage Cosmetics Company Step 3 blending little brush here, smudger brush rather, and we're just going to smudge that below that Kiriko Nights. So Diamond Waterfalls, smudge it right below there like that. And for my inner corner, I am going to use, I think, a little bit more of that Diamond Waterfalls on this small little pencil brush, the Luxie number 141 mini round. And we're going to use that in the inner corner. And for my brow bone highlight, I am going to go in with the shade Mahogany Bay, which is this really light pink shade. And I'm going to just take that. This is actually a Luxie lip brush, but I like that it's really small. I never use it for lips, but it works really well for getting into tight little spaces. And I just want to add just a little bit of highlight there to differentiate that color from the pink Sands Beach that we had blended up earlier. Okay, so now of course I need mascara, and I'm going to use my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara on my top lashes, as I have been doing for a while now. I think I'm almost out of this, so I'm gonna have to break into one of my other mascaras. I'm not sure which one I want to use yet. Making sure I get the bases of my lashes. And like always, I'm going to go in with that second coat. All right, I'm going to go ahead and zoom out, and we will put on a lipstick and give you my final thoughts on the palette. All right, so here's the final look. For my lips today, I used Jeffree Star Cosmetics Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade Purple Urkel. It's a really pretty violet shade. Pairs really nicely with my eye look. Final thoughts on the Nomad Cosmetics Antilles palette. Is this worth your $37? My suggestion is absolutely yes. I find that the Nomad Cosmetics formula is one of my absolutely favorites these days. They blend beautifully. They have full color payoff right away without having to work really hard to blend them out. You saw how easily those pink shades blended into each other. When I put down the blue dry brush and full pigment right away without any fallout on my face, and without a lot of kick up in the pan. I just closed this. I haven't wiped it off or anything, and you can see that there's really nothing at all. In fact, if I go in with my brush and just tap the shades, you can see that you really don't get any kick up to speak of at all whatsoever there. So yeah, these are really buttery smooth shadows. I really think that they're a dream to work with, and definitely worth your $37. And while you're there, you should check out the Tokyo palette, because that's another one that's absolutely beautiful. I think my next purchase from Nomad Cosmetics is going to be the Marrakesh palette. I think that one, the color story is really beautiful. I'll try to insert a picture here from their website so you can see what that looks like. So yeah, final thoughts, definitely pick this one up. I think it's well worth the investment. I think that the color story is beautiful, the shadows are beautiful, and I think that you will certainly get a lot of enjoyment and a lot of use out of something like this. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit the like button, and please subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified of all my uploads. And also you can check out any of my makeup looks, like this one will be up, and things that I've done in the past over on Instagram. My Instagram is CMYBLISS_beauty. See My Bliss Beauty, same as it is for this channel, and go ahead and follow me over there, and I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. Bye guys.